Hi everyone, we're live. So how's everyone going? Hello Nick, how are you?
I'm good. Hello, everyone, as well. Great to see you all here, whether you're on the chat live or later. I'm great, Marie. And about you?
Yeah, really, really good. It's been a very interesting week. There's been a lot going on. So in the dream state as well. So and Jasper wants to say hello. So
Hi,
it's getting a bit cooler over here. So he's getting quite cold as his crystal is cold. So but yeah, so no, I'd love to know how everyone went because we were looking at focusing on Starseed and having an intention. Oh, hi, Tribal. Hi, Marie. Um, um, on our Starseed aspect and what remembering we could get maybe from our dreams. Zan's on. Hey.
Hi,
Um,
Sam.
yeah, and just to see how we are starting to really, I feel, really upgrade in our dream state. So I'd love to know and if anyone's had some dreams. I have had some, I think, who sent some dreams through? Naomi and Dave sent some dreams through. But yeah, so share your dreams, guys, or your synchronicities. I've had quite a few this week. It's been spinny. So what about you, Nick? How's your week been with your dreams?
Yeah, well, I've had a really interesting week. It's like when you put something out there to hopefully sort of send me a dream about dot dot dot, and what you get back is sometimes not what you expect, and it's always a surprise. And you think, I love that ability for spirit, the universe, whatever it is that steps in and gives you exactly what you need at that time. And I do feel that we have been upgraded this week based on the dreams that I've received as well. That's
Yeah.
the message, and sort of a bit of a clue as to what it's all about as well. So even if you haven't had a dream, I'm pretty certain that you've been part of that upgrade to some degree.
Yeah, and it's interesting you say that because I had my beautiful friend Sarah, who did a couple of the dream shows with us. She was staying with me, and we did some kinesiology, and we checked in about the Starseed week dreaming, and it
Mm.
came up. She said, and it actually came up that what we're doing, I don't think we realise that we are actually. She said, with this week, we're actually doing something that's expanding for humanity. It's like opening like a portal or a vortex of energy. So don't think this is light work that we're
Mm.
doing.
Mm.
Just we don't really truly know. And then I was told, yeah, and there'll be something personal for you that comes through. So and that was very, very true. So yeah, so I actually want to quickly share my dreams that I had and my experiences. So my
Mm.
beautiful friend that passed not long ago, her son ran into me when I was working at the other shopping centre, and we had the most wonderful chat about the signs of how my friend was coming back, and it just coincided. There was such synchronicity between our stories. We were just getting goosebumps. It was amazing. And then that night, she was in my dream, and I hadn't dreamt. She hadn't been in my dream before. And it was so funny because all this stuff was going on. And then I knew I was trying to have a sleep because I had to go to work the next day. So I knew I was having a lucid dream because I already knew I was watching out because I had to go to work. And I said, she came into the room, I went, oh my gosh. I said, but you're dead. How come you're here? And she went, I'm not dead. I went, oh. And then another friend walked in and said, oh, you died a few weeks ago. How come you're here? And it wasn't till after the dream that I recognized that what she was saying to us, because she kept going, no, no, I'm not dead. And I was thinking in the dream, oh, maybe she doesn't know yet. Duh. She was trying to tell us we don't die. And we've been saying this forever. We don't.
Mm.
Our consciousness, our soul, we are still who we are, just in a different realm. So that was really beautiful. Then the whole story that unfolded, we ended up getting in. Another friend was there with her sister, and these two had met. My two friends had met in real life. And we went in a combi van down to this particular place. And everything that unfolded, this friend's sister had a medical condition, and I was describing what she had as far as medical, what do you call it, devices and things. And my friend that had passed was helping her. It was really interesting, and all these other symbols. There was money. There was 2 5s, a 20, and a 50. So lots of symbols for me personally were coming through as well. But then the next day I got the hit to contact my friend that had been in the dream. And so I did, and she's overseas doing a course at the moment. And I told her what had happened, and she sent back a message going, oh my God, that's exactly what's going on at the moment. And she said, even that combi van, I've been looking at them to buy it, and it was in the place we drove to. And I knew it was all real. And then I knew Jane, this friend of mine, was real. So I wrote it all down for the first time and I sent it to her. And but then the next dream I had when I went back to sleep was one-on-one with my beautiful friend that had passed, and it was in a really big bus. So I knew we're still journeying together. We're still expanding and have this potential for healing and you know, being activated together, because that's what we did in real life. So now in real life we're doing it on through another way. So that was my amazing dream through the week, and the synchronicities that happened with it. And then the only one I remembered as well, every night I did the intention for Starseed. This morning when I was just waking up, this huge flash of light came through, and then I was shown all of these beautiful silver-based colors. They were like molten silver with this blue through it or a pink through it, and I've never seen them here. So I knew this was something that we were being shown from a different realm, a different frequency. So that was my exciting week. So yeah, so
that feels really natural and organic to me. When I hear you describing that, it's almost like there's nothing weird about it. It's exactly how it should be, and that we're morphing into something new, but it's actually not unknown to us, if that makes sense.
It's remembering, and that was why I love the word remembering. So because we've been in these realms, and you know, and we've seen these colours, but not here so much, you know, in that slower frequency, I guess. So but, we got Christine on and Loretta and Gregory.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
So guys, share. So yeah, look, share your dreams and share any synchronicities you've had, you know, or just even energetically, what have you been going through this week? And yeah, and then well, do you want to chat about what you got from your dreams?
Yeah. Well, I set the intention about remembering the starseed within, and the first thing I did is, I kept saying, Marie said, just before you brush your teeth, or just as you're brushing your teeth, and I was looking into the mirror, and I noticed that my eyes, because I'm quite used to doing this, you know, and then my eyes just converged into this one center eye. Yeah, and then the eye slit turned into sort of like a cat's eye. And then I thought, oh, that's interesting, because I sort of have connected with my starseed origins over time in dreams. And then I don't know if it was that night, it might have been when I went to bed, I had a really interesting experience, because it wasn't showing me what my starseed was by name. It gave me what I could only understand as my future self. And it showed me I was surrounded in the ether by all of these. It was like words, but each word had a feeling to it. So it might have been a symbol. You know, it's just how I interpret things. And they were everything to do with personality types, physical traits, ideas and interests. And it was just everywhere, thousands upon infinite, just all floating around. And I got to choose, I'll have a bit of that. Oh, that looks interesting. Haven't had that. I'll grab that one. And it was showing me that that's what I get to choose. I get to create what I actually want. So it was less about worrying about what one particular starseed origin I might have had, because we know there's multiples and it's all meshed in together. But it was showing me that the whole thing is infinite, and in terms of where we've come from is no different to where we're going. It's all the same thing. It's what we are choosing to create. So I guess the focus was taken away from that a little bit for me. And then following that, I had a dream about, and that was this morning actually, because I kept trying to tap into it each night. And so this morning, which is great because you just wake up fresh, there's a thing called key massage, and it's where they use energy to move energy through your body to clear sometimes emotional stuff as well as physical. And I had a master practitioner, and when I was lying down, he said to just, still your mind. And I was focusing on a circle that had circles, black and white in that circle. I was really calm. Nothing was in my mind, zero. And I was just in the moment thinking, yeah, this is the best way to be. And he put a string around the top of my head, and then he started scanning down through my brain. And I felt like he was fixing things for me. It was coming down through my head, and then he did my body, and it was that. And I thought, that is definitely connected to the dream that I had about the starseed, because I feel like it's to do with that we're physically moving in, and our minds as well, into this remembering of who we were, which is what is where that whole timeline shift weird thing comes in. Is it the future? Is it the past? It's just the present. It's just what you're experiencing now, and what you choose to remember of all those things, all those memories that are out in the ether. And so I sort of felt really good. I thought, oh, I've had a good scan and repair this morning. But I know that what Marie was talking about and what I experienced is that, yeah, we're having a shift in terms of our, maybe an up leveling, if you call it up. It's not really up, but a remembering. We're stepping into a new expansion.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So I know. And it was, yeah. So, and I love that, you've, because that was in real life, wasn't it? That you had the massage, or was that
No,
in
this was a dream.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
This
So
is
you
my
were
dream
definitely
this
getting
morning.
now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. So I said, isn't it cool how we can have like these beautiful healings and things while we're asleep? It's all happening. So exactly like my friend was telling me that has passed, we don't die. She's like, I'm not dead. Like, it was so, and that's it. We, no matter whether we're asleep and then in another realm with our consciousness, there's no death. So it does make it easier when you know that, when people you love pass and into another
and
realm.
you know when you're dreaming what it's doing for you when you start to plug into it. And so that, I have no doubt, like, that could have been real or not real. It's all real to me, whether it's the dream or to me, it really happened. And I have had some sort of a change in my physical body, particularly up this area of it.
Wow. And then you can't make this stuff up, can you? It's not something you just imagine. It's like me with what happened in that dream. Everything that happened was actually happening in real life to people, or it was. And I knew I was lucid dreaming. I knew, because I knew I was trying to get home to have a sleep before I went to work. I knew I was lucid dreaming. So yeah. So it was pretty amazing. So thanks for sharing that, Nick. Too. That's really cool. That's amazing. So if anyone else has, had any little interesting things, pop them up, and I think we'll go back to the first dream that I got sent through from Dave.
Okay, hi Dave. Dave is saying, I'm walking through coiled up barbed wires in a yard in my hometown. Walked out to the main street and went into a bar. The bar is Halloween themed. On entry, the waitress says, oh, I forgot something, and went outside. Further in was a 2-membered band playing soft rock music, both dressed as skeletons. Went upstairs on a spiral staircase. On the way up, the singer looked at me and said, you don't look like the music. I wrote it, mwahahaha, and continued playing. On the upstairs wall was a skull decoration that had 2 gems in it. The waitress shows up next to me and said, there are some gems still missing from it. From the table, I picked up the original skull's box and found an octahedron like a black gem and put it into the skull's forehead. I could feel the waitress was jealous and I was confused. Where are the rest of the gems? Then the cat woke me up.
So what a great dream. And okay, and this is did I miss some of it? This is Dave's comment. I don't know what happened to the hang on a minute.
Is it further down? Let's see.
Yep.
Okay, so Dave is doing really well at this. Haven't got the time to properly analyse it yet, but so far walking through barbed wire is getting through hard times in life. The Halloween theme is part of spirituality, and the 2-member band is balance. The skull on the wall with me putting a gem in it is activating myself. Ah, yes. Oh, and I looked for feathers after your show. There was one in the workplace door. And another one was falling down, small white one, same place. Yeah.
Beautiful. But I love it because in a way it's a little bit similar to your dream. Like Dave's actually using the skulls, the actual gems to activate the skull and in through the forehead. And the bones to me as well. This is where our bones are so important because we do have a lot of memory in our bones.
Mm.
So I feel there's something that's definitely being activated for Dave with this as well. So, but I feel, Dave, you've covered it in your comments.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do you think, Nick? What does anyone else think
Mm.
as well? Got any little hits,
Mm.
guys? Come in. We love you guys jumping in for us.
I mean, it's filled with so much imagery to me. There's so many great things in that you could further. I mean, I don't know when you had this dream, Dave, and you said you haven't had full time to really analyze it.
Mm.
Yeah, and I actually do feel that there's more to this dream for you that will come up that will sort of make you realise that, oh, these are things that are happening to me, for me, and the way the symbols are presented to us are always ones that we can understand. We give them to ourselves. At first, once you look beyond the initial word of what it is, there's more in it. There's way more in it. And of course, going up the spiral staircase is a clear, anything when you're going up, and a staircase is everything to do with what we're going through, our ascension, our awakening, that expansion again. You're going in the right direction, and that's so to me. And anything that's to do with gems, because gems have this incredible frequency, and that is what is working through our bodies. And again, I always feel that anything to do with frequency and vibration through our bodies, which is water, is bringing up memories because of the memories that water holds. So there's a whole combination of things going on there. And I would say, no doubt, that over time you'll start to pick up on a few more of those things.
Yeah, I love that. And it's true. And spiral staircase, straight away I got the word alchemy. So this is an alchemical shift with deep within, the subatomic aspects of our cells. So this is on that holographic level. And the skeleton too is like your bear, everything. Skeletons being brought up out of the closet maybe as well. So anything that's been in the deep subconscious could be coming up as well to be looked at and activated. So I love it. I love this. This is beautiful.
It's
And
a
the
beautiful
music,
dream.
great
Great
dream.
dream. Yeah, you're having some good dreams, Dave. I'm glad that you're writing them down and you're remembering a lot of detail in them as well, which maybe that says that you are getting down into the details of things now.
Yeah.
Really noticing what is happening within you.
Yeah. And an octahedron like black gem, we call them almost like, so it's 8, but it's Star of David. So we will often activate the third eye in our griddings with the Star of David crystal that looks like that. So that's really interesting. You put it on the forehead.
Yeah.
So that third eye, pituitary gland, pineal gland, being activated. So yeah. So
and I brought my little tektite in today because I always find this has had a strong spiritual connection. And it was like those circles in the dream, that I'm getting as well.
Yeah.
And I find it's very comforting for me. It's
tektite. Yeah, I've got a beautiful tektite. I can't find it. It had a gorgeous unicorn with a fairy on it on top of this tektite piece. It was gorgeous, and it's disappeared. I think it's taken itself somewhere because I had it on my altar and it just has gone. So it's altered itself.
So to help somebody.
Obviously, but it was beautiful. So now, so thanks, Dave, and for sending that in. And guys, you can just email them in to me if you can't be on here. Okay, so let's have a look now at Naomi's dream. This is really interesting, and this is very relevant. This was relevant to the Starseed week, Naomi said.
Okay, so Naomi, hello. Recently had a healing session in real life and was guided before bed to ask to be taken to the Syrian Temple of Healing. I set the intention to be shown some type of sign if anything happens related to this. Woke up in the middle of the night just before my dream. I saw 3 to 4 beings standing above me looking down. They were in skeleton form and their skulls almost looked like ram or deer. Although kind of creepy, I remember not feeling bothered or afraid. As I got closer, I saw they had more of a human skull, but very elongated.
Wow, isn't that interesting? The skeletons come up. This is like a theme from Dave's, and these guys, no one interrelates on emails or anything around all of this. So the skeleton is really showing itself here. So maybe I'll have a look up what skeleton means.
Yeah.
So guys, I know you guys all know this book, but it's a Betty Bethard's The Dream Book is what I love. So see if there's a skeleton in here as well. Or if anyone has understanding of what a skeleton is for them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, we know what it does to our bodies in terms
Oh,
of holding us up and frameworking it.
okay, so the way she's worded it, she says emptiness, spiritual deadness does not mean actual physical death, but that you are not in touch with feelings, emotions, or there's an unfulfillment. All that remains is illusion when we are out of touch with the spiritual self, form without function, body without spirit. I'm also, what I'm getting from just coming through, and I'm going to do some cards on this too,
Mm.
is that I feel it's like what my friend was saying to me in the dream, we don't die. I feel maybe we actually know that. So this is a way of knowing that things continue on a spiritual level, even though
Mm.
there's just a skeleton. I don't know. What do you think of that one?
Mm. Well, I do feel that, when I think about native, a lot of traditional ancient cultures, and
Mm,
bones were very significant in them. Like, they often use them in ceremony. And when you
sure.
hold the bone of an animal, it's imbued with that spirit of that being. It's a bit like an elephant. When an elephant member of the family dies, they will go back. They can keep going back to that burial area where that animal is just no longer flesh, it's just the bone. And they still have that memory for the bones. So for me, yeah, there's something in that connection to the spirit world, definitely.
And it's interesting because remember, way back, we don't know really when, but they used to keep the bones of what they called the saints. And all the
Yeah.
beautiful churches and cathedrals I've been into, like throughout my travels, I can feel the electromagnetic essence and energy from the bones, the relics.
Yeah.
Um, and I was getting psychic messages as we were in a bus going into one of these particular cathedrals through one of these saints. I was doing cards for someone, like my animal magic cards, and this images just kept coming through. And when I read the life story, it was this beautiful saint that was coming through to talk with us. It was her. And so, and I can tell the difference between a vortex and electromagnetic energy coming from relics of bones, from saints, or, these people that yeah, we're of a higher vibration for that era. So
Yeah.
so that also can be, to me, that's more spiritual than not being connected spiritually.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
depends what our personal understanding of the bones are. So
Yeah.
it's funny that in Naomi's dream, that Syrian temple of healing as well.
Mm.
Naomi, I've actually been through the Syrian gateway when I was in a gridding, and I was walking through. It looked like a massive hangar, but was made of this metal substance I'd never seen before. It was massive, and I was walking through going, "What is this?" And when I came out, once the gridding had finished, my friend said to me, "You went through the Syrian gateway." I went, "Oh, is that what it was?" And I hadn't said a word to her because we can go with each other when we do this, and it was amazing. I know there's a Syrian temple of healing as well. So so that's amazing that you actually had the visitation from those beings. And again, as Nick was just saying, around the skeleton or the head or the skull, it's a very important. I mean, you look at Jasper and the skull, and information is passed from one to the other. So this is also the recognition of us having a skull. We are crystalline beings. So I
Mm.
think these are really profound dreams, guys, that you're having.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you look up a bone, I've just looked up bone, foundation, belief systems, strength or
Mhm.
support, essential for proper functioning of all parts. So remember, we're being delivered imagery that we can understand. And
Mm.
because we don't have a Halloween. We don't really celebrate
Not
Halloween here.
really,
I
no.
know people do, and they sell all the things to do with it in the shops now, but it's not part of our culture.
Yeah.
Um, and so I don't necessarily associate, like I would go more towards what's the skeleton mean in terms of the bones and the structures and the
Yes.
support system of the body. So it depends on how you view it yourself. And of course, remember, these dreams are sending you messages for you to understand. That's why
Yeah.
the more you start to interpret your own dreams, it's better than us giving you ideas. All we're trying to do is stimulate our thoughts so that it might stimulate yours, and have the courage to just give it a go. And the more you do that, the more your dreams will send you unique imagery that's just for you.
And it's really interesting. I love that, Nick. And it's so interesting, Naomi, that they had a more elongated skull. And I've
Mm.
actually seen a crystal skull that's had the elongated head, and the energy from it was incredible. They do say that the beings that were more evolved had that because they
Mm.
used so much of their brain. and that's why they wear the turbans, or you'd see them in the photos with headgear on or headdresses on, because they had the elongated skull. So that's really amazing dream.
And I sort of feel that we're going to start seeing more and more of these skulls appearing. I mean, just recently they've been talking about the ones in Australia that have got the really deep set eyes, definitely not of our body structure in terms of our shaped heads. And I sort of feel that maybe there's also something a little bit about what we're starting to tap into again is our origins, our ancient oranges.
Oranges. Yeah.
Through all of this as well.
Our oranges, orange. Oh God, now you can't say it. Origins. Yeah. So with the skull and everything, we would have had lifetimes with the skull like that, or we are having lifetimes with the skull like that. Yeah, for sure. So great dream, Naomi, and the fact that just before your dream you saw those beings standing and looking down. So that's amazing. So. And then Naomi's got another dream for us.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm standing with a group of people outside during the day. We are talking about the coming changes and being able to see in a new way. I looked up in the sky and I noticed the moon and certain aligning in a particular formation that felt significant. Then I see a small glowing light craft moving across the sky, similar to the one I have been seeing in real life. As my eyes continue to follow this light moving suddenly, the sky starts to change as if its overlay dissolves. Then I see the true sky with many craft flying all around like a galactic highway. I've had other dreams related to changes of my eyes. Oh, gosh.
So this, to me, I don't know if anyone else wants to tap in here as well and just say if anything stood out, but it feels like you are remembering, you are tapping into an experience or a lifetime, with beings. And I mean, we actually know what's going on. And I love how you said that you saw the true sky. I remember once I was doing Jasper, we'd asked Jasper to show us what was going on. And he took me up like to a bird's eye view, and I was looking down on everything. The next minute, I could feel it energetically. He took me back like about 3 steps, and all of a sudden there were all these craft watching. And I went, oh, there's thousands of them. So it's interesting that you've actually had this in your dream, Naomi, as well, because that's what it felt like. That was the true sky. Like, there was like a matrix, and he helped me step out beyond it to see what was going on. And it was like, wow, I didn't know that was there. So it seems like you are having very much an awakening dream. So what are your thoughts there, Nick?
Well, I also feel that because these dreams are coming to the fore now, we're talking about them, excuse me, is getting us ready for acceptance.
Yeah, true.
And that's a subtle way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because not everybody would probably be aware of what's going on up there because they physically can't see it.
No.
There was a light that comes down. We have a very strong star that we can see each night. And the other night, I think it was the night after our show, and I remember looking down and there was another one directly underneath. And I thought, well, that's not usually there. I know the stars in the sky change and shift. But I thought, no, this has been brought to my attention. So I was watching it, and then it was really bright, started getting brighter, and then it just disappeared. And I thought, oh, no. That I saw that. I thought, show me again. And it came back again. And it did it one more time. And then I was calling out to my husband, Greg, come and have a look at this. Because he always watches the stars as well. And he's very, he'll know when things are going over or what's happening. And then it just disappeared, and he yelled out, no, that one was for you.
Exactly. I've had that happen with a cloud formation, and I could feel them, and I was going, that cloud, it's behind that cloud now. Show me if it is. Show me something. The next minute, that whole cloud just went gone. So it's really, really cool. So
the more we talk about it, Alex Collier says we are surrounded by thousands of
Mm.
spacecraft guiding and protecting us now. I
And I
know.
saw it. I've seen it through Jasper's help
Mm.
raising the frequency. He showed me, and I was like, oh, so it's not something I can make up. It was there.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm. And
the
it's
struggle. I agree. It's a technology that's been even on Earth, in different eras as well.
yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised, the way that our dream conversations are changing and morphing each week into something that, as a collective, we're starting to get greater understanding. And I understand also that not everybody's ready for this information and to see it in, I'm quite open to everything. That's the thing now is I don't necessarily take a yes or a no side. I just go, oh, that was interesting. Let's see what it, and I just wait for my own signals and indications. So please keep sharing anything you're seeing, even though you might think it's a bit odd or remote at first. The more you
Yeah,
bring attention to it, that's like anything, you start to create that connection.
it's so true.
Mm.
So Marie's had some dreams. Okay.
I've had a couple of dreams. I've sent an email for next week because they're a bit long. I was wondering more about health things going on. Exhausted, even that sporadic low-grade fever. Yeah, Marie. I hope you're
Yeah.
feeling okay though with all of that.
Yes, yeah, just resting. We have to honor this. We are going through upgrades, and so it's okay.
Mm.
You know, Marie, what I tend to do is I do run the white light through my whole energy field, internally, externally, from below my feet, and I do find that helps. And then I ground in, so I consciously ground into the electromagnetic grid lines of the earth, and it's like you get retemplated. As much as we bring energy in as well, we can then receive it. So that might help you with those what I call light body symptoms. So, but really honor yourself, and I'd love to have your dreams. Send them in to me. So yeah.
I sometimes feel like we're one of those, like Mr. Elasto Man, a rubber man that's being pulled from the earth and being pulled from the heavens, and we're in the middle here, going, and it is exhausting. It's like, oh, I just need to get back into my oneness again. Let the elastic come back to normal. I've had exhaustion this week too, and I even had a pajama day the other day. It was
Yeah,
just great.
they're the best.
I'm not getting out of my pajamas. I'm going to sit. I'm going to put the fire on, and I'm just going to relax today.
Oh,
I was wiped out. No reason. I just accepted it. What can you do?
that's right. And it's interesting because Marie's commented that food, that you used to love, Marie, that you can't eat now, and I go through phases like that. It's like I can't touch some things, and I
Yeah.
just crave. Like it could be I have to have so much capsicum in the salad, or it's like your body knows what it needs to help you, to support you to going through these shifts and changes. So I know, and then Zan,
Yeah, I agree with the exhaustion. Yeah. Yeah.
Zan's been
And
pretty
it's not just like I'm just tired. No, I mean like I'm wiped out. Like I can't even move.
It's
You
like
sort of,
a semi-trailer has hit you. It's like,
yeah, exactly. It's when I feel like I need a little bill. Can somebody get me something?
I know, but it's energetic because you just go, it's not just a
Yes.
normal tiredness. So yeah,
No, exactly.
so
Yeah. And I'm wondering too, like if we can ask in our dreams for a little bit of support.
yeah,
Because that's a time when we're in that body state where we can have so much work, like I had that dream as well, where we can have so much work being done to us on our request to help us get through this, because it is unique what's happening to us physically. We are still in a physical body. It's going to affect us. It's all well and good to talk about all the wonderful things that are happening out there, but we are physically changing and we need to adapt, and it's not necessarily the most comfortable of things.
yeah,
And I feel for anyone that is not aware of what's going on and they're having physical symptoms, because they would probably start going down the negative path. Oh, there's something wrong with me. And I actually feel that
yeah.
everything is right with us. It's just taking some time out to just let it work through the system.
That's it. I agree. And so I put some cards on that. So the first one is the Seven of Cups, which is always chaos to me. So it can be emotional chaos. We can feel like everything's a little bit chaotic. So yeah, that's what's going on. And then Page of Wands came up. So this is taking a little step at a time. So this is an action step. Just do a little bit at a time. Okay, that's the best way to work through it. Exactly what we've been talking about. I'll just see what this one is. 10 of Cups. Remember, there's always a rainbow at the end of it. We always feel that beautiful emotional, either a sense of peace or a sense of expansion and freedom and space comes after these shifts, guys. So yeah, it's just we forget that, I think, sometimes when we're in that. So yeah. But and Zan's got a dream there, but I just want to pop Marie's comment up first.
I give in for a nap, and 2 hours later I wake up still tired. Yeah.
That just dropped out again, Marie. That's okay. That's all right. We're all going through that, like tumultuous, chaos. It's 7, so it's spiritual, definitely.
Okay. And this is, we're talking about eras and millennia of time that we're shifting here. So it's just, in terms of it all, 2 hours, like.
As a nap, I know.
It's like, as they say, it's like just laughing at it. You have to laugh at it. Is that, is really? In terms of.
You need 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I love it when I can do a day where I'm just in my jammies, like you said, get a good book, cup of tea, and stay in bed. I'm like, I'm in piggy heaven right now. This is like magic.
Exactly.
I really think we owe that to ourselves. And
I'm a puzzler as well, so as in I love to do a good puzzle. I'm not addictive, but I have got a collection of them, and I had some new ones, and they were all crystals, all beautiful different crystals. I thought, this is going to be so much fun. And every time I do a puzzle, I can't help. I get like these little downloads while I'm doing it, because you're in that like state, that mind frequency level of just relaxation. So things come in, and it's so true that the puzzle is exactly what we're going through individually. It's like sometimes you can find the piece really easily and it will connect to the greater picture. Other times the piece won't be there and you can't find it. You've looked so many times and eventually it appears at the end. So I look at that, and that was a day I was feeling very tired as well. That it's a bit like, okay, the puzzle's not ready to be revealed just yet. There's still a little bit of work to do, but it is coming together. There's a little win. Oh, there's another little win. And what I like to do is, as you put a puzzle in, I always tap, tap, tap. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I like to tap it in, and it's like I realize I do 3. I'm always doing 3 taps on them, and it's like I'm consolidating what I've achieved in that one little piece, that it might be a piece. So this is like the whole universe is here, but this is also my life individually. Working towards a bigger picture. So it's fun. It's fun to look at what we're doing in a day to reflect what's happening at night.
Absolutely. And that's why that Page of Wands was like, just like you were saying, a little bit at a time. Just one little step at a time. So
I had a pajama day yesterday. Yay! You both have so much knowledge and wisdom. Oh, so do you.
Yes,
I love being on here. Nick, have contact, link, or guide others on their journey. No, I just talk.
That's funny. I love it.
Oh, Zan, a snake dream. Lucky you.
You know how much Zan loves snakes. Not.
Oh, it's so nice to see you here, Zan. So the snake dream, where an older male picked up a snake and pressed it on my chest, and I woke up with a pain on my chest like a pressure. The snake was in the shape of an 8. Wow.
That's a huge dream.
You never see them from afar, do you? They're really interacting with you.
Oh, they love Zan. But interesting, because, of course, chest is the heart, and I know that we're really going through some deep releasing and expanding and going into deeper chambers of the heart at the moment. And to actually have that physical pain on your chest, Zan, when you woke up. And, of course, what's an 8? It's infinity. So, this is really, it's a transformation. Snake is also transformation. Yeah. So this is massive dreams. So I think we're all just having these massive dreams, and we're getting the healing, or we're getting that activation during the dream. Like Nick had the healing, and, I think Niobe had the beings and the Syrian healing temple. I think it's almost, it doesn't feel like a healing at the time, but it's definitely an activation. So yeah, and Zan was really lucking in this week.
Oh
She
my
had
gosh, another snake dream with a super long 4 to 5 meter brown carpet snake chasing animals and bit my female dog. Oh gosh. So Zan, what do you make of it? Because like that's really interesting, that one.
it is really interesting. So, yeah, so Zan, if you've got time, if you can pop it in there, that'd be
Mm,
awesome because we know how much of a great dream analyst you are. So, yeah, but I mean,
I
there's
love
a
the
few,
4 to 5.
yeah,
Sorry.
4 to 5 meters. Yeah. So, yeah, yeah. So, and fives change as well.
Mm,
And I think I remember Zan actually told me this dream, and I think the dog got bitten on the foot. So, yeah. So
oh,
if you look at the colour and everything, there's a lot of
yeah.
grounding going on there as well.
Mm,
So,
mm,
yeah.
mm,
But,
mm,
yeah, Zan, if you can, let us know what your comments are on it because I know you're all over this stuff. So,
mm.
yeah, so if anyone else has any comments about it, pop them in. Oh, here we go. So she's popped it in.
It just felt like I'm going through a transformation and my male aspect is helping me ground. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge transformation with the heart one and then with that one as well. So, yeah, and Tony
Mhm.
777's on. Hi, Tony. We're just talking about our starseed origins and the intentions we had going to sleep to remember to be tapped in and tuned in to that frequency and anything that came through for us. And there's been quite a lot. So if you've got a story, Tony, chuck it on here. It'd be great to hear
Mm.
it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
sounds definitely not my favourite way of learning, but it certainly wakes me up. I know,
and you
Sam.
remember
Yeah, like literally, it's almost like you must have such a strong being in yourself that they have to do things so dramatic for you to actually pay attention, and not that's just how it is. I mean, I got to lie on a massage table.
yeah, I know, and Zane gets to have snakes thrown at her. But she wasn't scared. Oh, that's so good because you
But
used
that's
to
good.
be really scared. Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's a good sign. I mean,
it's a big
like
change.
I said, I'm the same with Marie. I don't have an issue with snakes at all, and so if I see them as like, I mean, I think, wow, if you have one, that's brilliant. Or if you come across them in nature, there's certainly an indication that some amazing things have taken place. Yeah, I'd rather a massage too.
And Zan, you know how Nick was saying that, she was experiencing being able to pick out different experiences from like literally the void or where everything's created from. Maybe next time you can leave the snakes there and pick out the massage dreams. Oh, so funny.
Tony's got a
Oh,
dream there.
Tony's
Great.
lovely. Great. Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, my latest was I was trying to help someone and was trying to figure out how then I had wings pop out, then I could fly up and was able to help. Mhm.
Wow. Yeah,
Angel wings.
just keep it short. Yeah, no, that's great. So Tony, what was your feeling with the dream? Because it's really interesting because as you were saying that, I was actually seeing it for you. Yeah. And so yeah, it's interesting. I'm gonna pull a few cards for Tony on this one because I really like this.
Mm.
Is and you actually had wings pop out. See, when I have flying dreams, I never had wings. So you scored. All my flying dreams, I just fly. I'm just like gone. But it'd be nice to have wings.
I had an image this morning of wings of that movie where he grows the wings
Yeah,
out of his back.
it
Very
felt
much.
so
So
good.
it's yeah. So I'm tuning into this big time.
You actually are. That's real synchronicity there.
Mm.
So Tony, I'm going to do some cards because I have a feeling because I could see you so clearly in it. I feel that this could have been a lucid dream. Quite, you know what I mean? Yeah. So really being aware. Okay, what's going to happen? Oh, that one's a bit tingly. Yeah. So the Six of Cups. This is always when we're being offered something emotionally, and it's beautiful. It's backed. There's a lot of support behind it. So this is yeah, I feel like, and you've decided. So you've decided to look and see what else there might be available for you as well. I would ask for expansion on this dream, Tony. Yeah, Page of Swords. So ask for more. I would ask for more expansion. The Page of Swords sometimes to me means that there's more to the story. Like it's not hasn't been fully told. So I really feel you're going to get some insights or a little bit of a download around this. So yeah, and because you want to help, it's like showing you that maybe there's more to you than what you have previously allowed. Maybe,
Yes,
judge yourself. Yeah, maybe
that's
there's more
exactly
to
what I'm
you.
getting. Yeah.
Or of Swords comes up, which is something's hidden. It's a mystery, but it will be revealed. So that's what I'm definitely getting for you from this dream. It's just a start. And I think we need to sort of start realizing and recognizing how much more powerful we are. And, yeah, so Tony's actually had dreams where, yeah, but this was different. Yeah, and I feel it was a lucid dream for you. So I would sit and have some contemplative time or meditative time around this and just ask, what is it that you're seeing? Are there gifts coming through for you? Are there, like I said, insights and things going to be coming through for you as well?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
because as soon as that without saying anything, that confirms what I was feeling too. Because in the image I had was that the wings were coming up, but it was like it wasn't me. They weren't mine. There was something else. I was watching someone else, and they were almost trying to put them back, like saw them off or get rid of them to disguise them. And in the end, it was like, no, I can't disguise this any longer. This is going to come out for me, one way or the other. So when you pulled those cards, then it sort of said that to me that yeah, there's more to it. And you've probably got to be more accepting.
Yes.
And even if, oh, well, I'm not, I want everything to happen. I said, no, there are things that are so finite in us, excuse me, that block us from accepting that we're not aware of.
So
yeah, we
deep.
definitely, there's something in that, and that, we'll have these conversations down the track and go, oh, wow, look what I can do now. And, I could always do it, but now it's come to the fore. So there's something in that dream, definitely.
Yeah. And Tony, the other thing is too, I just got to remind us all that wings often can represent our light body, and our light body is our Merkaba. This is how we travel. So our own Merkaba is our traveling spacecraft. So maybe this is also what you're being shown. Your light body is being activated. This is the upgrades we talk about. The expansion goes through the light body. So yes, I feel that you've probably had a bit of a light body activation or upgrade as well. So yeah, it's really cool. Wow. So yeah. So anyone else, if you want to pop anything on here, tell us how you've been going. If anyone's got any ideas for this week, I'm still going to keep going with the Starseed because I feel that's still an adventure. So tapping into different experiences, lifetimes, from the different Starseed genetic that we have brought with us. So yeah. So anyone got any ideas though for something else or something that might merge with that? Nick, have you got any, or you just?
Yeah, I sort of feel the connection between the healing that we're going through, or not so much healing, we're getting back to ourselves, our oneness, our fullness, is perhaps drawing upon that starseed energy, and each one will probably give us something unique, and maybe combine the two, so that way we get some benefit here in the 3D.
Yes.
Because if we've got all this support and help, if we ask for that, I'm sure that they'd be willing to give what part they can, because not everybody has. It's once again, it's that piece of the puzzle. Someone over here might, or something, or a being might be able to provide us with something unique, and then somebody else over here. So just asking for little bits of things that will help us get through this at the moment. Because
yeah, and just know that it's not whatever we're experiencing. There's more going on in the other realms that we are doing from here, just with our intention. As it came up together, we are creating these new portals and vortexes and access to other realms. So it's not just a dream or having an experience. It's pretty amazing when you think of it. I mean, how many of us here, like, I don't know how many of us might have had that intention once this week, like, or twice this week, but we just don't know. When we all come together, we're so powerful. So remember that. So what we're doing, it's not just a simple dream thing. This is helping humanity.
Yeah.
So Tony, you are helping humanity just by actually having the intention and putting focus on your dream and with your flying.
And every time you watch this show, or every time we come together as a group, we're amplifying. We're like a beacon of light that's pumping out more and more of this high energy that is giving us the ability to move in the right direction at a timely way, faster pace, I suppose, if you want to look at it.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. And it's interesting because the 3 cards that came up then, Nick, this is where we've come from. So this is the 8 of Swords. This is where we've been like restricted in who we are and who we thought we were. The Star card. So this is bringing through the spirituality, making the choice to actually be connected. This is where we can make a decision. And I love this card, the 10 of Pentacles.
Oh,
this is
wow.
abundance, all the community that's there in real life. So this is how far we've come already without even realizing it, probably.
Yeah. And I'm wondering now that because we are getting we're vibrating so much higher than we were, even though it's come so slowly for us that we don't feel that it's been a big jump or anything, but it has. Like if we put ourselves at this level, even 4 years ago, we wouldn't have been able to be coping now. So it's being done incrementally in a way that we can handle. So I feel sometimes that when we have these dips that take us back down into feeling a certain way, or the chaos theory that comes in, is that once again, through chaos, you have to have that happen for it to then move into this beautiful alignment.
Yes.
If you don't shake it up, nothing changes. So but I do feel like in the community out there that we're exhausted. It's time to start just merging into where we're meant to be. It can be exhausting for all of us. But if those drops are coming in for you and you're sort of feeling you're not having a great day for whatever reason, just sometimes just ask in your dream, give me something that makes me feel good about me being where I am right now, and you will get something.
It's so true. And you may not remember it because if it's actually done its job, you might just feel better. So, I find that sometimes I wake up and go, I've got nothing, but I knew I was busy. Man, I was busy through the night. So, and I just accept, well, that's okay. It's been and done, and whatever I was doing or done, it to me is fine. So, but Marie's asked for an animal card. I'd love to pull an animal card for us all. Yeah. So let me just tune in here. I'm being told that one. Jasper's yelling at me, that one. Okay, Jazzy Pazzy. Oh, how interesting. It's our beautiful hair. So if you have a look at the hair, let me just see if I can put it up on it. Nope. I'm not as good as Elisa. There we go. So, and I'll just get rid of that, get rid of the comment so that you can see the hair card. So you can actually see. So, okay, I'm going to ask you guys, what's jumping out in this, excuse the pun, what's jumping out in this card for you? Is there a color? Is there a symbol? Is it the animal? What is it that's jumping out for you? Let's see if people can pop their ideas down in there, because there's always a reason that something will jump out first. And what I find happens is people see different aspects of it and then give it a little bit of an explanation with it as well. So because the hair, the word that goes with hair is insight. So this is actually helping us to gain more insight, which is exactly what we've been talking about this whole week with the Starseed, and connecting in to different aspects of ourselves and remembering them. So this is very, very apt. So I'm going to leave it for another sort of 10 seconds and then I'll have a look at it for you. Nick, is there anything that's standing out for you?
Well, the first fact that's a card, because my husband came home a couple of days ago and he said, you know what, I've just seen a big hare jump across the road. Never seen one here before, ever in our lives. He said, it's just up here. And he said, it stopped and it looked at me and then it ran up the side of me. And he said, it was definitely a big hare. So this is quite interesting in itself, that it has actually physically appeared in our environment. But for me, it's the ears. It definitely is. It stands out.
Interesting, yes. So, and Marie said the size as well, and the colour is beautiful. Christine, so that doorway to the right, what doorway do I need to step through next is what I feel. Yes, perfect. The doorway is really standing out to me as well. And it can also be a doorway into other realms, Christine. not just in our physical world, but into other realms with this hair card. So I love that you've written that because it can be both. And yeah, and again, Christine said the same as you there too. His right ear stands out. So I'm going to say his right ear has to be that one, right?
Yes.
So that's like an antenna. So that's like where we get downloads, and look at what's right above him there. So and Tony's got some. Do you want to read that one for me, Nick?
4 bright lights within a bubble of light above the rabbit.
I was just going to actually talk about that. So what that is that's the divine love symbol. So that's divine love in the full moon. So how feminine, beautiful, divine feminine coming through as well. So I'm getting told activating our intuition, and doing more heart work. So don't be surprised, like this heart expansion and clearing is going to keep going on. So yeah, so that's some interesting, because I was just going to do that. And they're like stars or cosmic energy as well above it, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Anything else, Nick, that you're noticing?
Well, I did notice that symbol above as well, and I wasn't aware of what it represents. But you know, I feel the energy of what that. I put myself in the body of that animal, and I feel what I would be feeling if I was that animal. And this constant, like you said, it's the antenna. It's always being really alert as to what's going on. What am I hearing? Oh, I need to pay attention over here. And even though the eyesight is important here, there's like another level of communication that's coming in for us, and particularly for me, and that's why it's individual to people, is that my ear ringing has been off the charts this week. It's been happening constantly, and it's like, once again, I'm getting messages, and that's to me the insight that's coming in. I can't interpret that frequency right now, but I definitely know that I'm getting insights into something, and it's being open and willing. And how do I do that? I open up my heart. I come from a place of love, and often in my dreams this week, I've just been getting these beautiful images coming in of just colours to do with this higher level, anything, the blues, the purples, and then it comes back into the pinks and the green of the heart. And then I just get this rolling thing going, which says to me, bring yourself back to your heart if you want to connect to something beyond.
Correct. Yeah, no, that's beautiful. And it's interesting because as you were talking, I was getting like a lot of heat going through my crown, and I remembered it's gone today, but for the last 24 hours, I've had a really sore aspect of my crown here on the left. So I knew there was something coming through, and it's fine today. And I mean, you know what I mean? I haven't done anything different. So there's definitely downloads coming through. So that beautiful hair magic, I'll actually get the book and have a look and see if anything jumps out for us as well. Ask hair to help you. So as Maria said, you know, let it lead you somewhere, and ask for hair magic to come through. So even anyone watching this show afterwards, you will still get the energy from this card. Okay, and I'm just going to have a little look and see. Hair, insight, yes. I'll just see what stands out. Okay, this is interesting. So you could be feeling frightened of the unconscious or the dark, or experiencing the ramifications of old reflex patterns, suppressed emotions, or painful memories. You may be clearing fears related to your health or specific phobias. You could also be clearing addictions, eating disorders, or trust issues. Now, this is interesting, isn't it? Because we're actually talking about the clearing out. Hair not only clears fear and instills faith, but also releases feelings of anxiety and concern. It creates balance and filters through the natural flow of intuition that brings a sense of insight and inner knowing from the subconscious mind. It's what we've been doing all week, is bringing that up. This is beautiful. Where are we? What's standing out? Hair also awakens more creative urges, gifts, and talents. You could find yourself drawn to a new hobby, or even meet a person with whom you can share a more spiritual or creative outlet. There you go. So
that sums it all up pretty much, doesn't it, this week?
It does. It really does. So yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. So thank you, Hair, for coming through today. And yeah, if you've got any ideas, you can either pop them in the comments under the YouTube or just send me an email. Or if you want to pop on and hang out with me and Nick here, we'd love to meet you guys. So we've had Angel Laurie on and we've had Dave on. So I am at magicmarie.com. Send me an email, and all I do is send you the StreamYard link and you're in. So yeah, for as little or as long as you like. So we'll see you next week. I think Elisa's away tomorrow, so there's no show with her. So yeah, we will see you next Sunday night, Monday, depending where you live.
Happy dreaming, everybody.
Yes, happy dreaming, and thanks, Nick. See you next week.
Bye now. Bye.